way. The secrets in this series will empower you to make it happen. If you want a life of power, anointing, and influence, this series will show you how to get it, and there's more. You're looking for serious, immediate results. So Bishop Evans will also include one of his best-selling messages called Weapon of Warfare. This classic teaching will build you up to start fighting in the spirit for what you deserve. This powerhouse collection, from ridiculous to radical to real, and Weapon of Warfare, will give you all the biblical strategies you need to change anything in your life. This collection will ship to you immediately with your gift today to David G. Evans Ministries. This ministry is revolutionizing the kingdom by empowering believers. Souls are being saved daily, and we need your help to grow this impact in a real way. Call now and sow your seed of just $35 for your transformation to help people around the world. Your $35 love gift goes straight to the front lines of ministry, providing help to those that need it most. Call now. Make the decision to get the power you need to change your life forever.
Adversaries come in many forms, but you will be victorious when you realize that worship is warfare.
Adversaries are necessary because without them, you never really discover your purpose.
We've accepted what somebody told us we were in our past. So our past is sabotaging our ability to hear instruction.
We are not much unlike a battery. The negative is the thing that's needed to produce the power.
I empowered you to overcome everything you've overcome up to this present moment. I fixed you for what's going to happen after this. You were in the mind of God long before you were ever born.
You are not alone in your battle. God has your back because worship is warfare. Put these 4 messages in your arsenal today on CD or DVD. Equip yourself by visiting our website or by calling 1-800-591-8480.
It's now easier than ever to stay connected with David G. Evans and the Bethany Baptist Church family. Follow the ministry and rejoice in all that God is doing by following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. On Facebook, you'll be up to date on the latest happenings, and you can watch our Sunday services on Facebook Live at 8 and 11 a.m. Eastern.
Here comes the power. Hallelujah.
Words of wisdom and encouragement can be found on Twitter, and you'll get up to the minute sermon points as they happen in our weekly worship services. Follow us on Instagram and be blessed by the inspirational and special moments that are highlighted each week, and meet the people who are the heart of our ministry. And if it's video you want, subscribe to the Bethany Baptist Church channel on YouTube. See the celebrations, the special events, and the many, many people who are helping to transform lives one at a time. Stay connected with David G. Evans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and become a member of our broadcast family today.
Hey, y'all. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on any smart device at David G. Evans 1. That's at David G. Evans 1. So glad you could join us. Please share with someone, inbox them, tag a few people, get them involved in the conversation as we talk about faith, of course, politics, religion, finances, family, Jesus, kingdom of God, sports, politics. All those relevant subjects to you are the subjects for On Point. So we need you to share this conversation with as many people as possible, this experience. You can give us a call at 866-743-8267. That's 866-743-8267. That's 866-74-EVANS. Give us a call, toll free, anywhere from around the world. We look forward to speaking with you. Of course, all of our traditional listeners and watchers are joining us today, but those of you that are new, we welcome you. If you're joining us for the very first time, get ready for a lively conversation, but always from a biblical kingdom perspective. everything from a kingdom perspective: faith, culture, religion, sports, politics, you name it, and we come from a biblical point of view. If that's the kind of conversation you enjoy, we ask you to invite someone to share with us. My co-host, Pastor Nick, is here once again. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up?
Doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, life is moving on.
Yeah.
Really, I'm watching to see what they're going to do with this debt ceiling thing. There seem to be, I don't know why they play this ping pong with this debt ceiling all the time.
So aren't they're trying to pass like a $3.5 trillion bill or something like that? They're trying to do. I saw it this morning. They're working on it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's another stimulus.
I don't. Maybe it's me, but why? Okay, let me back up. Now they've got hundreds of congressional people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine dozens and dozens of committees.
Mm-hmm.
Why, from the outside, does it appear as though they can only do one thing at a time?
Yeah, I know.
What is the sense of having all that brain power?
Yeah.
And literally, it looks like they're single task individuals.
Yeah. Well, they're showing us with all their interests.
Okay.
It takes us forever to get one bill passed because
Everybody's
got to have something in there to.
Okay. To satisfy them.
Yes.
And I'm not always like with the guy, the mansion guy.
Mm-hmm.
At times, I wonder if it's the attention that he's getting,
Mm-hmm.
that he's really feeding off of, because some of the things he seems to be opposing would benefit his own people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's attention, it's party line. They're still trying to appeal to Trump.
Manchin is trying to appeal to Trump?
I mean, I'm talking people in general,
Yeah.
just all of those people.
Yeah.
But I hate to use this phrase, but either who bought them,
Okay.
basically who lined their pockets.
And more that's coming out.
Yeah, but they fight over the smallest stuff, like Rand Paul
Yeah.
Jr., same thing.
Yeah.
You talk all that trash about 9/11, we support America. Why do we have to fight to get the people who got cancer from 9/11 or other issues
Yeah.
money to help them? They shouldn't have to worry about medical bills for the rest of their life.
I don't think so.
To me.
I don't think so. We spend money on a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, you sit there and say we support them, we appreciate them, but,
I don't think we'll ever be able to justify spending, what was it, $30 million a day in Afghanistan?
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, the country that can afford to spend $30 million a day can't afford programs to help people that are living here.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
So the $30 million a day is a good use of funds.
Yeah.
But taking care of the homelessness is an issue. I saw the guy that's running for mayor in New York, and he said we've identified 800 hotels that are vacant. He said it would take us 1/3 of the time, half the time, at the most, to refurbish those places, get the homeless in them, have training programs in those facilities so that we can start to address the homeless problem. But we want to go through this whole legislative process, approve one project, and talk about we're working on homelessness.
Yeah. Ain't no real money in it.
Yeah.
Afghanistan had money in it. I mean, to me, I hate to think like that, but it's follow the money.
Well, always.
It's a big money in over there with the oil, with all the,
And money leads to power.
Yeah. And over here helping a homeless person isn't.
It's not jazzy, and
No.
it doesn't line anybody's pockets.
No. And the crazy thing is, if they did it right, it would help nonprofits. You give them the money to do it. They reinvest into the community. The people get better.
It makes sense.
It'll
to me.
economically stimulate.
But get this, also, all those hotels have to be refurbished. So you got construction jobs.
Yeah.
You can if you have small business construction owners, you could put a lot of them to work.
Absolutely.
Okay, you take this one here, you take this one here, you take this one here. We've got 800 of them, so we can do this. And there may be 40 or 50 authentic small business construction folks. Okay, we're going to give them these jobs.
Yep. They got to hire people. They got to do all that.
All that.
These people are going to go buy houses. They're going to buy cars. They're going
Well, it seems like a solution and not a Band-Aid.
But we're a country of Band-Aids.
Yeah. Now, what's this? Yeah, I see something interesting. Border wall officers were seen whipping Haitians
You didn't
while
see the
on
pictures?
horseback. No.
Yes, there were like 15 to 30,000 of them under that bridge.
Yeah.
In the Del Rio.
When did they start that?
This has been going on for a while, but it came to light when people took pictures of these officers on horseback whipping, had actual whips, whipping the Haitians as they were trying to approach the border. No, I'll send you the pictures, no joke. It was the hot topic.
Americans on horseback
Yes,
whipping other human beings.
yes. And all the
On tape.
yeah, all the slavery stuff start coming up, and
Wow.
it
Who approved that?
that's the thing. That once it came out, then the president, vice president, we don't approve of this. Da, 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 da. I'm not saying.
Are they saying they didn't know?
They're saying they didn't know about it.
So is this the first group of people that they horse whipped?
Probably not. That's the thing. Somehow somebody took some pictures of this, and because first off, they the Haitians were.
Where do we live?
No.
I'm having a problem. Where do we live?
Yeah. Yeah. And they once it was a hot topic, especially online this week, because there were like 15,000 families under there, people under the bridge,
Okay.
wanting to come in and get asylum, and they've been transferring them back to Haiti.
Okay.
But the big talk was, why are we bringing all these Afghans in, but not allowing all these Haitians in?
Because we made money in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. How are the Haitians getting to the border? I mean, getting to America?
They've been transferring by boat, walking. I mean, that long trek. They have this long trek that they come down
Okay.
to get here. So here's a picture right here of. Oh, this took back. Sorry. Bless you. But
Thanks.
like that right there, he got a whip right there, grabbing the guy.
Is that a uniform on that guy?
Yeah, he's a border wall cop. They're carrying these whips around on horse.
What
and they're-
border? Let me act ignorant. What border are we talking about?
This is the Texas border.
Mexico-Texas border.
Yeah, down in the Del Rio. Yeah.
And these are people are employed by the United
By
States.
the United States of America. He's got the whip going around, and
I asked the question again, where do we live?
yeah, I know. Yeah, the United States. So now they put these officers on desk duty.
But they were doing what they had always done. They just got exposed.
They just got exposed. So more than likely, this is not new at all.
They were actually whipping people.
Yes, on horse, riding by, whipping them to get them back, to get them to get away from the border.
So you don't think they're all going to get fired?
No.
Huh?
They put them on desk duty. Now they may do some, what's the word?
The guy that gave him the order, the next guy that went and told the order, and the people that did this stuff. It's
It's the Del Rio, Texas border.
I'm exasperated.
Remember, Haiti had all those hurricanes,
Yeah.
those earthquakes and all that stuff, and they
Yeah.
got some other genocidal stuff that's going on down there.
Okay, yeah, I know.
And the people were fleeing, seeking,
Asylum.
asylum.
Yeah.
And now let's be real here. Let's be real here.
Okay.
If I'm correct, I'll make sure I'm right.
Okay.
Haiti, Dominican Republic, I
Mhm.
believe all the same.
Back to back.
Haiti, the dark skinned ones.
Yep.
Dominican Republic, light
Yep.
skinned ones.
Yep. Back to back.
Same country,
Yep.
but these people over here got poverty, etc.
Yep.
I hate to make stuff about color,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you can't help but to,
There is a difference.
yeah.
15,000 Haitians have been removed from the border wall.
Yeah, they got them all out now.
They're all gone?
All going now, yep. They've been putting them on
Now,
planes and
where
shipping them
did they
back.
go?
Supposedly back to Haiti.
If they went back to Haiti, that's a problem if they get on that soil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When they arrive, that's usually an arrest.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't believe in holding you in jail that long.
And they had babies there too. These people were carrying their kids. It wasn't just grown folk.
Wow.
And my thing is, I'm all for it. I don't think we should just have an open border, let anybody come in whenever they want to, willy-nilly. But there's a better way to do this than to whip people away. And, it's
Well, for those of us that have been ignorant of this, I guess we're about to find out how long this has been going on.
Yeah.
When this was instituted. Let me ask a question. We're in September of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I remember correctly, the election was in what?
This last year.
Was in 20, right?
Yeah, last year.
Why are we locked in this quicksand of whatever thought process we're having? Still confirming the presidential election.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Come on, man.
There was a militia outside of the Arizona place where they were doing the recounts. I mean, all these people with guns.
For what?
I guess some trying to, whatever their
Intimidate the outcome?
The outcome, their rights, a militia type thing. And what they found was they did all that recount in Arizona. They found that Biden actually had 200 more votes that they didn't find.
200?
And Trump had less votes, and some people voted for him twice. So it widened the margin between Biden and Trump.
Oh, my.
In the recount.
Oh, my.
So
then what they're going to say? Because their folk did the recount.
And all the courts are showing that all the Trump people had to admit, most of the Trump people admitted, we knew we lost. We just wanted to take this route. They knew.
So this confusion is intentional.
Yeah, it was intentional.
Wow. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. On any smart device at David G. Evans 1. You can give us a call. Tom from Florida is on. We're going to him in just a few seconds, but you can get on with us today also, 866-743-8267. So the Arizona recount, how much did that cost Arizona?
I'll look it up and see.
I bet you it's a real ridiculously high number. And everywhere they do these recounts, they're using what I call money that could be used for something much more productive.
Absolutely.
Especially when they already know that they've lost the election.
About $6 million.
$6 million?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, as it costs Trump supporters. Yeah, I think for them to do all this, all those people that gave to this fund, it was about $6 million they raised.
Just in Arizona?
Just in Arizona. And these are common American people giving money towards this, hoping that they will find something and overturn the election.
They say it was the most secure election in the history of the United States.
Yeah, and if I'm correct, if say for instance Arizona did flip, he still lost Georgia.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have changed anything. He still would not be president.
But he just asked the guy from Florida to overturn it last week.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Yes, again. And look, bro, you lost. But
he needs to protect. You know what this desperation shows me? He needs the protection of that seat very badly.
Yeah, because they're still coming after him. And look, I say what you want to. People say what they want to say about Trump. He knows how to stir controversy.
Yeah,
he knows how to reach people in that area. He is intelligent of being able to pull on people's fears, their struggles.
Well, liars are usually good at that.
Yeah,
liars are usually good at that.
And masterful manipulator.
Yeah. To manipulate that way, you have to be a masterful liar, and he does that.
Mm-hmm.
And they believe that if you repeat the lie enough, that people will start to believe it's the truth.
Yeah. And they took that from Hitler and all the
all the other guys.
Just keep saying it.
Let's go to Tom, man. Good morning, Tom. How you doing, man?
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing?
All right, man. What's happening in Florida? Give us the Florida report, man.
Well, I can't be too strong today because I just got out of the hospital.
No.
What's wrong with you?
No, it's asthma, nothing crazy.
Okay.
But I will tell you this: I did not want to go because of COVID.
Absolutely.
But they take you in, they put you in a room by yourself, they test you, they isolate you. They're pretty good at handling, making sure that they isolate people where they go.
Okay.
I was there for 3 days.
Because of an asthma attack? Because of your asthma, you were there for 3 days?
Yeah.
So you had quite an episode then.
No, yeah, I did.
Okay.
So but I'm better now.
I'm glad to hear it, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
But I was able to look at this thing in Arizona. enjoy the news while I was out. And it appears as though you guys are totally correct when he talks about dissension. The whole thing in Arizona wasn't about who won or lost. How much more dissension can he send? That's what that was all about.
I agree with you 100%.
Yep.
It's all about dividing people. It's not, and nothing, if you're really interested in trying to find a reason, then a recount, which takes a lot of time, would extend that extension period for longer.
Yep.
Correct. The other cool thing was you guys were talking about on the border with the Asians.
Yeah.
The first day that happened, the Biden administration didn't say anything about the whipping. Maxine Waters and them came out and were going crazy about what's going on here. And then Biden and them were a little slow on coming out saying this was wrong. You have to see the tape. And wasn't it the bridle that they ride a horse with, that they put between the teeth?
Yeah.
That was the thing they were hitting the people with.
Really?
Yeah. And what happened to them, Pastor Nick, you guys were asking, why would they disappeared? No, they put them in internment camps. I think like 22,000 of them. They immediately went down like 2-3 days ago and got them because they were all under a bridge. It looked crazy.
Where are the internment camps?
They somewhere in most of them were somewhere in Texas. Other half were in Mexico. But they went down and immediately moved them to where they were not in the public eye any longer. Because they were sitting out. I mean, it looked horrible.
Yeah.
You saw it.
It
I
looked
mean,
bad.
Unbelievable.
It looked bad.
It was women and children getting hit by these people with horses. I hate to say this, could have been a bunch of men getting hit. Wouldn't have liked it. But man, when you saw a kid or a woman getting chased down with a horse, I don't care which you are, that kind of has to get on your heart a little bit.
I agree 100%. The other thing that bugs me is the guys on the horses. What kind of people do we have in the position that would think to do that was okay? I mean, you can't make me do stuff that is totally against the grain. Like it's amazing.
Unless they despise people like that. They
Yeah,
say
because I think at that point in time, you're not human or you're just not worthy.
Then they don't need to be in that position because people are trying to cross these borders. They're not numbers and they're not percentages. They're people. And I think we start treating people like they're not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Pastor Nick, you were talking about the island. The island that Haiti's on one half of the island.
Yeah.
It's a mountain range in between.
Yep.
But it's kind of funny because you're right. Haiti, which is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, is right there next to Dominican Republic. Same island. All you have to do is go across the border, and but it's like night and day between the two of them.
Yep.
And Dominican Republic is big on tourism, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I
vacation
know this.
spot, yeah.
I'm in the hospital watching the news. It's right now the number one tourist place from the U.S., Dominican Republic, compared to Haiti, where nobody goes.
Yeah.
Wow. I understand the poverty levels in Haiti are just astounding. Housing, haven't recovered from some of the past hurricanes. I mean, just,
The assassination of their president.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that was something else that came out about 2 days ago, that they were sending these people back, and that the effect of the president being assassinated in a hurricane was a problem, but it was not going to impede us sending people back to Haiti.
Yep.
And like I was telling Pastor Nick earlier, I know from previous experiences with Haiti, if you are undesirable, going back is almost certainly a jail sentence, and for many people, that's also a death sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just send them back. It's what you're sending people back to.
Yeah.
You know.
Being here in South Florida, big Haitian community, and I know a lot of Haitians, and I had this one Haitian guy joke with me, and he said, Tom, he goes, prison here is not like prison in Haiti. He goes, you go to prison in Haiti, you die.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's not exaggerating either, Tom. Unbelievable. Tom, I'm glad to hear that you're getting better. Are you taking it easy? Taking
oh, no, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
But and I said I was Bishop. I was really scared. My asthma really started kicking up, and I didn't want to go to the hospital because of COVID. And I had to go, and I want to say they really they know what they're doing as far as isolating people on the way in.
Yeah.
Once you're there, there's only one part of the hospital's on lockdown. They're handling it pretty good.
Now, all the people I know that have asthma that I've pastored over the years, something triggers one of these major episodes. Are you aware of what triggered it this time?
Oh yeah, definitely the weather.
Yeah.
And more so weather more than anything else.
Okay.
It's the worst now.
Changing the season.
Right now?
Yeah, moving from every change of season from spring to summer, summer to fall, winter.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
So what we suffer as allergy exacerbation, asthma sufferers suffer asthma exacerbation.
Yeah.
At the change of seasons.
yeah. And if you have both, you got allergy and asthma stuff.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Praying for you, Tom.
Yeah, right for you.
Thank you.
All right. Stay strong.
Thank you. Take care.
See you.
Bye-bye. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on any smart device. We're so glad that you've called us. You can give us a call, toll-free from around the world, 866-743-8267. We're going to Robin in Delaware and then Danny in Florida once again. Hey, Robin, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, Bishop and Pastor Nick, and to everyone.
How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
We're trying to make it for an old man and a young man.
I know.
Yeah.
But everything that y'all was talking about this morning is something that I was just talking to God about yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing them whip those people, because they are God's people,
Mm-hmm.
and the homeless issue. Remember I was saying that the hotel here, the Sheraton, that went under?
Yeah.
How the county, the money that they received, they purchased that because it went up to auction, and now it's housing homeless. So they can do the exact same things in every state. But like you said earlier, there's no money for them to put in their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so sad because, that's one of my passions. When I see them, I talk to them, find out why they're out there. I give them the care packages.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, they saying they got a job. Now they're out there getting money to buy, what they need.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just sad. It's like more and more I'm seeing, every day. And I don't want to start crying, but it hurts. It hurts to see this in our country, Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of seeing it. And I'm just praying that God gives me, what I need to help. Maybe to buy some buildings, fix them up, let the, county run them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just sad. It's really sad. And but I'm going to get myself together. But I wanted to say this. To Pastor Nick and to you.
Mm-hmm.
I remember back in 2018, I asked Pastor Nick, some people that can't make it to Embrace classes,
Mm-hmm.
have it online. Not knowing because of the pandemic, my prayer was answered.
Yeah, we'd have to do that.
So we got to find blessings in, blessings in
adversity.
Right, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to say. So I want to, thank, God for that. But I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on what's going on with the missing black people that's not being talked about. Everything is about this young lady, Gabby. And it's sad because we're important, too. So what do y'all think about this issue?
All right, bring us up on that, Pastor Nick.
Well, this young lady was, they believe, was in an abusive relationship.
Okay.
She ends up missing.
Okay.
Her boyfriend was nowhere to be found for a while, and I think they found him and they arrested him. I believe they found her remains.
Okay.
Found it dead. So Joy Reid got into some trouble. I think she what she said had merit, but I think she said it at the wrong time.
Okay.
She basically said this America has a thing about missing white woman syndrome or missing white woman syndrome.
Okay.
They just found the lady. I mean, you didn't have to say it like, but technically it is true that whenever, like, remember back in a couple years ago in D.C. and a couple other places, all these young missing black kids, teenagers, we talked about it on Point.
Yep.
It became an issue because people started bringing awareness to it, but it was going on for a long time.
Without any mention at all.
None.
Yeah.
But a white person goes missing,
Yeah.
it's national media, we got to find her,
So
that kind of thing.
So there was some controversy about that.
Yeah. I think she said it a little too soon.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's the compassion side of me. Like, I get, what she says has merit, but
Yeah, perhaps timing is always important.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I understand Kelly Price is missing.
Yeah,
they,
I saw that.
They said
and
that
they found that guy in Illinois, too, the black guy that was missing.
they said that the young guy in Illinois, they found his body the other day.
Found his body?
Yeah, they found his body. Yeah, he was missing for 30 days, and then when it started becoming more public, they just found him the other day.
Okay.
But Kelly Price, from what they're saying now, her lawyer said this.
Okay.
People are speculating. She had COVID. She was in the hospital for a while.
Mhm.
She just went away and just kind of laying low, and I guess didn't tell anybody. But they say she's fine. But
So why didn't her boyfriend say that?
that's what I'm saying. Stories sound real fishy.
That would have been, they could have removed all the controversy. She has a right to her privacy.
Yeah.
He could have simply said, well, she's just in isolation right now.
Yeah.
Somebody could have reached out to her. Okay, she is in isolation.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
been a few months. She just wants to lay low.
Wow.
From the people that I've counseled who have experienced COVID, especially the singers that I know, they say it's a hard, slow, long recovery.
Yeah.
And some of the singers that I know said they had to actually change their approach to their craft because of the lingering effects of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it.
Thank you, Robin.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, thank you, guys.
Talk to you now.
Thank you for the Engage Live, Bishop, where
Yeah.
we can ask questions.
Yeah, girl.
Because I had asked.
You never called in?
Right.
Yeah. No, I asked Pastor Nick a while ago. I said, we need to have a town hall meeting. He said, no, Robin, because you'll be taking the whole meeting, though.
You're the Robin that called in for the first time last week, huh?
Right.
Bye, Bishop.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Danny.
Hey.
Bishop, good morning. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. How you doing?
Well, we're just observing and seeing what's going on and different things. And I was listening. I just want to add to a couple of the topics that you all hit.
Okay.
Is that just want to say that's what's happening here in Florida, where we go through a situation that comes along. And up north, I think you have, like, with the changing of the seasons, you have a lot of pollen that's in the air and what have you.
Yeah.
Here, when we have the hurricanes and what have you, I don't know if you're familiar with it, it's called Sahara dust.
Okay.
Okay? And when that dust comes, it comes all the way from the Sahara, all the way, and it's escorted with the hurricanes and what have you.
Really?
And during that time, you notice that people with asthma, they have problems. And that's a contributor to the medical situations that we have here.
Okay.
So now what they have is that I know some kids that went to school, they were sent back home, and they wouldn't allow them into school because they had to come back with a test to prove that they were not COVID.
Okay.
And most of them, God bless them, that they did not have COVID. They did have an asthma attack. So you're getting a lot of that in the hospital. So, but you have to go through that process of finding out what is causing it.
And it's called Sahara dust?
Again, I'm sorry.
It's called Sahara dust?
Sahara dust.
Okay.
All right? And it burns the eyes. It also gives like a cloudy effect to the sun, where you don't get that direct sunlight what we have.
You can actually see it, Danny?
Problem that happens.
There's like a haze?
Yes.
My friend Mark from Orlando says that there's something you guys get red coral at certain times of the year.
Oh, red tide.
Red tide, yes.
Yes.
They say that's really
it's a problem.
Yes, for allergy and asthma and those types of things.
Yeah, they don't want it to get out and get it known, because what it does, it affects the water, the beach water, the beachfront. Where you get the algae buildup because of the fact of the farming, and also the manufacturing. They're dumping water into the bays, into the ocean, into the Gulf of Mexico, and what it does, it just causes a haze, and it just throws everything off balance, and it creates a bad odor. It kills the fish, and they say, well, we don't know what it is, but they know what it is.
I know I went to preach one time in Florida, and when I got there, I called Bishop Mark, and I said, hey man, I'm having a real hard time with my allergies. He said, it's this red, what'd you just call it?
Red tide.
Red tide. And I was like, oh, because it was really weird. I got off the plane, and all of a sudden, bang, I was in trouble.
Yeah, and you know how the humidity is here, because once you get off the airplane,
you can feel it. You can feel it.
Yeah,
you feel it.
Drenched. You're sweating real bad because of the humidity.
I know Pastor Nick and I went to a leadership conference down there. I don't recall, and I shower a lot, but I don't recall having to shower nearly as much and change my clothing as much as I did in Florida, man. It was crazy. Every time we stepped outside, man, we were drenched.
Humidity.
and just the smell of the Everglades, the smell.
I don't even know. It might have been the red tide. I don't know.
Every time we go down there, it smells like it's
Everglades plus.
I'm like, golly.
I just learned this week that there's like 1,500,000 acres of the Everglades.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
1,500,000 acres, man.
Yeah. And they're having controversy with that because they're
third grade social studies.
The other thing that I wanted to add is two other things that I say it right quick and then get out of the way. The situation with the Haitians on the border.
Yeah.
That didn't just happen.
Okay.
How are you going to get anywhere from 15,000 to 25,000 people just all of a sudden show up?
No, you're right. It accumulated.
Okay. What is hidden, and what you have two different media sources that will tell you different things, and they put a different spin on what's going on.
Okay.
During the last administration, they were there, but we just weren't told, and the focus wasn't on them because of the fact of their being Haitians.
Okay.
All right. Now, the gentleman on the horse, if you know anything about horseback riding, the reins are not that long.
Right.
Okay. The reins that they have, they're called whipping reins.
Okay.
All right. You know, like reins,
I got it.
Have so much in your hand.
I got it. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now that extra piece that you have,
you can whip the horse with that.
You can whip the horse, but also you can whip cows.
Yeah.
Got it?
Okay. Now I see what you're saying.
Okay. All right.
I wasn't aware of your equestrian expertise, Dan.
Well, no, I'm just uptown and country.
Dan, you brought up something. Here's my issue with this. And we got to be fair across the board.
Right.
If this was going on during Trump, and the pictures got out, people will be bashing the Trump administration about racism, etc.
Yeah.
But now that he's not in, it's Biden. Again, I like Biden, but we got to call it. We did it with Obama.
Got to be even.
We got to be even and call it what it is.
Yeah.
It's wrong no matter who does it.
Exactly. Exactly. But to my point is that they're bringing out the fact that these people are there, but they're not saying how they got there and how long they were there.
Because they've been living under a bridge, right?
Yeah, they were living under a bridge for a little while.
If they're beating them now,
how long have they been beating them
before?
That's the thing. We don't know how long all this stuff was going on.
Exactly.
And I think the other thing that always presents a problem for me is that if something happened out on the parking lot you and I could come to a decision like that and do it. Our government doesn't move that fast on anything. And the other problem is, if you and I make a mistake, we can address it relatively quickly. If they make a mistake, they've got a whole new cycle they got to survive. You know, so sometimes I wonder if the environment that we're in precludes our government from making quick responses.
Yeah. But what's weird though is when they want to do something, they don't care about the media response.
But I think when they think they're right.
Okay.
But this thing here, and I'm being redundant, where do we live? And how long has this been allowed? And when did it become a part of our border policy? Those are the questions that are just bubbling up in my head. When did we say that was okay?
Yep. And that whole, they're from blank hole countries, and
all
the
that
disdain between
all
these
that.
people
all
are
that.
coming to try to take over.
All that.
But now they're starting to see, when they started getting a lot of those immigrants out of here, all those low paying jobs, they found out Americans didn't want to do them.
No way. No way.
When they were picking all the fruit in California, and they went and raided all those.
No way.
They couldn't find nobody to go pick all them fruit. I mean,
on a local level.
Here's something else that they brought up.
Go ahead.
Is that Thanksgiving is coming up?
Okay.
They're predicting for Thanksgiving and Christmas shortage on turkeys.
Yeah.
Again.
Because of the fact that they don't have enough people to work the processing plants.
They are saying turkeys are almost $30 a turkey. So we're pricing them out for our Thanksgiving drive.
Yeah.
Right now they're almost $30 per turkey.
$30 per turkey?
Per turkey. Because there's a food shortage across the line. You notice, go to the grocery store, food prices are going up across the
They've
board.
been going up since the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean,
pack of American cheese costs you $9 now.
Yeah. Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Lord, don't let them slice it for you.
Yeah, right.
My God. I know the immigration thing. I know at a place where I get my car washed, they came through there and just wiped them out. And now the car wash side is 90% automated.
Yep.
And then they got a couple guys doing some stuff. And the quality's different.
It's way different.
Yeah.
Way different.
Yes, the quality's
way
different. You know,
coming up on this, there are restaurants. Now, they told us before that if these small businesses, you raise their minimum wage,
yes, sir,
they won't be able to survive. These jokers are paying people $19, $20 an hour.
Okay.
Full benefits.
Okay.
And their businesses are still fine.
Huh?
Their businesses are still fine. So I'm like, you mean to tell me? Now, I guess a startup may not be able to do it.
Yeah, but the startups weren't the ones complaining.
Thank you. Some of these they are fast food and other restaurants are paying, giving them a bonus up front to come work, $19, $20 an hour with benefits and vacation time.
I thought that was too much for them.
Now all of a sudden you need workers, you get them in.
And also they're giving them educational benefits as well.
Yep.
Yeah. How's my sister, man?
Blessed.
He says that with so much enthusiasm. Please give her a hug for me, man.
Will do, Bishop.
All right, now. Talk to you.
And thank you all very much. And God bless you.
God bless you now. 866-743-8267. That's 866-743-8267. I understand Florida is working on an abortion bill similar to Texas.
Yep.
I'm not sure I know what to say about that.
They're going by state.
But I know that, but
yeah.
It almost seems to be what are these men who are in position trying to prove at this point? What is the statement that they're making?
Yeah.
And what are they actually trying to control in these southern states? Is it the sexuality of people they're trying to control? Is there sexual activity? I mean, what's driving this?
Yeah. Politics. And some people genuinely are pro-life.
Okay.
Politics, money.
You mean pro-fetus?
Yeah, pro-fetus.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, pro-fetus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Politics,
Yeah.
money.
Cradle to grave is pro-life.
Pro-life, yes. Yes.
Okay. So womb to tomb
Absolutely.
is pro-life.
Pro-life, yeah.
Okay.
And I think we
just
should.
so people know where we stand.
Yeah.
God is concerned with womb to tomb
Yes. Yep.
and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Life and eternal life.
Yep.
Life and life more abundantly. So
Mm-hmm.
womb to tomb.
Yeah.
That's pro-life, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So what we're really talking about is pro-fetus.
Pro-fetus, yeah. A lot of them are pro-fetus. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And again, we protect the unborn,
Okay.
but also protect those outside.
Absolutely.
To me, if we take it Christian religious, you can't, legislation is good, but you cannot legislate a heart change.
No.
What people want to do is they got this whole dominion mandate mess where they got talking about, all the different aspects of government and society, and Christians should run all that.
Okay.
History has shown us that with Christians in charge of a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
it's usually not good. That usually doesn't work out good. The reason why, because we get caught up in money, power, we manipulate, and again, it goes back to this: you cannot legislate a heart change.
I don't understand us when I say that, us Christians. We are adamant about other religions not pushing themselves on us.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yet there's a vein in national Christianity that feels like this is what I believe, and you're going to have to bend under that.
Absolutely.
I don't want any of my rights in the kingdom of God infringed by someone else who believes something different.
Absolutely.
At the same time, I don't think I have a right to legislate what I believe into your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because this thing that we believe, Christianity, is supposed to be about faith. It's supposed to be a thing of the heart. It's supposed to be the fruit of a transformed and a renewed life.
Yep.
So if that's the case, I believe God has given us enough to influence who we are and to become an influence in the culture that we've been assigned to.
Absolutely.
I just don't believe that how we do it is taking stuff away from folk politically because we believe.
Absolutely.
When to follow Jesus, you've got to have a heart transformation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Jesus did not, his movement was not in the halls of government. It was with the people.
Absolutely.
Because again, it was about the heart change. He wasn't in Rome, going to Rome and telling them, let my people go and all. If we work on the people, the movement can begin to spread. And
the government will change.
Yeah. To me, I think that's the appropriate way versus, to me, it's about power.
And here's the other piece. We have not been sent to the earth. The Church of God has not been sent to the earth to take a side.
Yep.
The church has been sent to the earth to exercise dominion.
Yes, sir.
And in that exercising of dominion, it does not eliminate grace and mercy and process. It just doesn't. So I'm not sure. I guess there is a way to become a zealot.
Yep.
And just believe because what I believe everybody has to believe. When that is not true, and it wasn't true for us before we became believers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I hate to say this, but it's true.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's true. The church, we got flawed people running everything.
Absolutely.
Right? I'm not trying to make a bad statement here, but if you got a lot of pastors and leaders that can barely manage a church, how in the world are we going to manage a state? A bunch of people managing states and countries.
They don't need to manage state.
We can't even get the church all the way together. I mean,
come on, man. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, man.
I mean, but there's that thing where we're taking all of this in the name of Jesus, but again, you cannot legislate a heart change. I'm all for legislation.
Yep. But we have to have those things.
Yeah, but you can't make a law and think people are going to just. I'm waiting for us to have a real conversation about the church at large, to recognize where we played a role in creating an extreme left.
Well, of course the church did.
Yes. Like you said, our strictness about certain things, us trying to force ourselves on everybody else.
And not converse, not have a conversation, not sit down. The Bible says, let's reason together.
Yep.
Let's sit down and talk it out.
Yep.
At least first respect each other's positions, and then But we like to come unequipped. We like to come equipped with only the embrace of our own opinion,
Yep.
and then release that without understanding the total environment that we're dwelling.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you're right. We don't like it forced on us.
No, not at all.
We don't want the extreme
not
left to
at
come
all.
make
Not
us
at all.
do what we want to,
But you say something all the time. That people that are highly sensitive don't behave with others like
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
Want to be treated.
Yep.
They don't do it.
Yep. American Christianity is toxic. There it is.
I think, the
way Americans
versus
think,
biblical Christianity.
Biblical Christianity. There you go.
Okay, versus biblical
Yes.
Christianity. I think the whole let Jesus do it thing
Mm-hmm.
has removed the responsibility of the child of God from
Yeah.
something I thought I might inject in the message of God gives me ability. The reason the word doesn't work for people is because the Bible says faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
So if I hear a word, but I don't start to work that word, it will have no benefit for
Absolutely.
me. And I think we hear sermon after sermon, watch tape after tape, go on podcast after podcast, and yet do not apply what we're hearing.
Absolutely.
And we wonder why it's not working. Well, part of the transformation is I hear it and I start to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's go to Phil from Marion, South Carolina. Hey, Phil, how you doing?
Fine, thank you, Bishop. How are you doing?
Phil, Marion, South Carolina. That's true.
That's where I'm at right now.
But now I know where you're from because I've been there, of course, right?
Well, I won't say I'm from here, but that's where I'm calling from.
Yeah.
Right now, tomorrow may be a different state.
I hear you, man. What's happening? Welcome to On Point.
So basically, I wanted to comment on what you were saying earlier about religion and politics.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that was pointed out by people in foreign countries, Afghanistan, Iraq, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
When we tried to bring democracy to those countries,
Mm-hmm.
they fight against it because they believe it is a religion. And actually, a lot of people in this country don't realize politics has become the new religion in this country. Because if you take a look at what you were just saying earlier, how people that put forth abortion,
Mm-hmm.
because that becomes their faith, their belief that we need to take out abortion because fetal rights and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and you see it in a lot of ways, just like you talk about, they'll spend $30 million a day, but they won't house the people in this country because their belief is, well, if you're in this country, we made it, you should be able to make it. We're not going to give you anything because no one gave me anything.
Yeah.
So that's where it's coming, that dichotomy, those particular philosophy and beliefs. That's why it's tough in this country to get things done, because now you're fighting the religion, and the Democrats, Republicans, those are all different faiths in this religion.
Mm-hmm. I think that what we tend to assert things, but we assert them on an uneven playing field. I made it, you should be able to make it too.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this, you should believe this also. We can pronounce our beliefs, but we can't force our beliefs on other people, because it eliminates their right to choose. But it applauds our right to choose. And I think, if I want to drive my car at 100 miles an hour down a residential street, I have a right to do that in a sense, but I also don't have the right to hurt someone else.
Yep.
And I'm not sure. I think we're uneven in our application of what we think we have a right to do.
Right, and I think that's where a lot of these foreign countries would come over and say, well, we're going to help you with your political issue, like the democratic process is the best way.
Mm-hmm.
They look at and look back at what's going on in this country and say, hey, listen, that you've turned this, we don't believe in that, and they look at it as almost like a religion.
Well, I think also you're right. If you take Afghanistan, for instance, their religion drives their politics. They're a religious nation.
Mm-hmm.
We say we're a religious nation, but our politics tend to drive our religion.
Right.
There's in those religious nations, what they say in their quote unquote Bible is how they run their country.
Yep.
Our Bible and our country are in contradiction. So it's we're not we say we're a religious nation, but we don't conduct ourselves as though the Bible is the boilerplate for what we do.
Right.
Because we say everybody have their own rights. So
I think in the beginning they use the Bible to a certain
absolutely
extent, in
absolutely
certain areas, but then they put that clause in there. Well, we don't believe some of the stuff in the Bible, so what we'll do is we'll say we can change our Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
We can make our changes, and therefore, I think we've gotten away from a lot of that.
Well, I think we've drifted so far into secularism and all the other injustices and all the other inequities that it would take a national revival to start heading us back in the right direction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How's the weather down in Marion, man?
Beautiful. It's a little cooler down here. I got up, it was like 50-something degrees. And
same up here.
The mid-70s.
Yeah,
the
same
thing
up.
What really gets me is that I'm looking at these nice blue skies, and it took 11 hours to drive down here. If I flew, it would take me 4.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about if I flew, not commercial.
I understand.
Commercial.
I understand. Yeah. I'm amazed at how the similarities in what used to be different weather. South Carolina, you could always count on it being much hotter than up here in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And what you've described, Phil, is the weather is almost identical. This morning it was 50-some degrees, predicted to go up in the 70s, and you're getting the same weather.
Yeah, we're getting the same weather. You're right. With what we've noticed with the weather changes, just the season, it seemed to me like fall came a little earlier in September when I was growing up. The leaf changes were at the end of the month into October. Now they're towards the mid of October to the end.
Yeah, there's definite climate change whether we want to admit it or not.
Yep.
There's climate change.
We're admitting it. It's the other people who don't.
Yeah. Phil, we got to go, man.
Yeah, take care, Bishop.
All right, have a safe trip here.
See you, Phil.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Well, we're coming up on the close of a program. We want to invite everyone today at 11:30 to our campus for our outdoor encounter. We're having a great time. Been kicked off a little bit of a conversation last week as we're going to go into church anniversary in October. You want to join us tomorrow at 8 a.m., 9:45 for Engage Live, and 11 a.m. For our encounter worship experiences. Always, if you have a prayer request, send it to social@gotobethany.com. That's social@gotobethany.com. We love praying for you and absolutely adore praying for you on our Wednesday night encounters. So I want you to send in your prayer requests, and God does answer prayer when we pray. Subscribe to David G. Evans 1 and BBC of NJ. Those are our YouTube channels. And also our podcast at DGEMS, DGEMS, and On Pointe, our podcast. Join us for great discussions, great content. Anything else, Pastor Nick, today?
Oh, we're praying for the oil tomorrow.
Oil, yeah.
That's
we have. Yeah, the consecration, praying for the oil ceremony is tomorrow. So get your oil. Make sure you're watching your whatever device you're going to be on, your TV or whatnot. Get your oil and let us pray over the oil like we did in February of 20, which was an amazing move of God. Well, I think we've got 1 minute. I can't think of anything else except 11:30. We're all set up to greet you all.
Yep.
Please come out, invite someone to our outdoor worship encounter. You will not be disappointed. And always remember, faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. God bless you. See you next week on Pointe.